Hey guys, so today I actually just went through a great workshop. It was about attraction marketing on how to actually attract people online. And I've talked about attraction marketing before, and this is one of my focuses right now is to actually learn how to build a business online where I don't really have to go chase people. And of course, this is going to take work, and this isn't going to be something that's going to be overnight. So this workshop actually kind of, was they talked about it and then we were able to put it to action, which was awesome. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just kind of share with you guys some tips that I learned. I just for the first day, this workshop is 3 days, but for the first day, this was probably about a 6-hour workshop. So I'm not going to go over everything with you guys. Just a little brief, the important things that I actually got from it. So yeah. So the first thing I wanted to kind of go over with you guys is, things to think about when you are, building a market online. And this is no matter what business you are in. A lot of these things are going to pertain to you as well. So the first question I need to think about, before I even get started, think about what business am I in? If you're in retail, if you're, looking to build commercial clients, if you're, no matter what business you're looking to build, I really have to think about it. What business am I in? The next question I need to ask or, think about what activities do I need to do? And also think of the income producing activities. Super important. A lot of times, as a business owner or somebody who's possibly self-employed, we get stuck doing the busy work and, it makes you feel like you've been working all day and you don't understand why you're not making any money. We kind of have to change that mentality of being a business owner being an employee from a business owner. Two different mentalities. As a business owner or somebody who is self-employed, you don't get paid for just showing up. We get paid for the results that our company gets. So no matter if you're a one-man person or if you have a team around you, you're not going to get paid unless your team actually gets results. So that's one of the first things they talk about. This mindset is huge. And then, so the next thing they say is, we must, when we're working for ourselves, if we don't have any accountability, it might be really hard to actually get those things done that needs to get done. So, make sure you find a coach. If you work with a company that possibly has, accountability or anything like that, it's super important to have the right coach. Kevin and I, we both have a coach, which is awesome. And then also one of the questions that were asked during the workshop is, what is it going to take me to do to hit 6 figures or more? My goal is to hit way more than 6 figures. But they were talking about 6 figures, and honestly, I truly think Kevin and I can do 7 figures. Why not? And so, one of the things, so what they did actually was it was kind of cool. We were actually able to write on the Zoom on what we thought it was and type it into the Zoom, which I didn't even know you could do that in Antonate. So some of the things that we came up with is, be consistent. We actually have to get quality of people. We must educate. Duplication is super important. We must build relationships. We must tell our story. We have to sell. Even though you possibly don't want to sell. If you're in business for yourselves, you are going to have to. Sales have to happen. And then, we must be able to provide the offer. We must be able to build relationships, all these different things that we have to do to go to the next level. So those are some of the things that they talked about. And the next thing they asked us, why, after going through that whole entire list, knowing what is it that we have to do to hit 6 figures, why aren't we doing that? Why aren't people actually going? They know what they have to do, but why aren't they doing it? And one of the reasons why, it has to do with limit beliefs. We all have them. And for us to get to the next level, we have to increase our thinking. Our mindset is really important. And so, we did, they did do a little where we closed our eyes and we imagined. So they did do that, which was pretty cool. Of thinking if you don't ever change your future, where are you going to be at? And then they brought you back to now, you have a great limit. You don't have any beliefs or limited beliefs. What is it that you could do? We did a whole entire kind of visualization kind of thing, which was kind of cool. They just talked about a lot of times our beliefs are things we don't even know we have, and they're subconsciously there. So there's a lot of different things that we have to do to, for one, figure out what's holding us back, and another thing is possibly talking to a coach or talking to a psychologist, talking to somebody to kind of dig deeper on what's going on there. And then something to make sure you kind of tell yourself is you are enough. I'm enough, and we are worthy. So a lot of times what's holding people back is they just don't believe they're worth it, or they're very fearful, or for whatever reason they have limited beliefs, and everybody has a different limited beliefs on their situation. And so in my current focus with this, with every day, is to become better. When it comes to my Zooms, every day I want to get better. When it comes to communicating with people, when it comes to internet marketing, like all these different things that I'm currently working on, every day I want to focus on becoming better. So those are just some of the things that they talked about. He said, Brian talks about, we have to start somewhere. It's not going to happen overnight. Understand this is a journey. There's no get rich quick scheme. So that's just kind of what he talked about, that it's not something that's just going to happen overnight. There's no such thing as a microwave success. And if we want the most perfect system, we're going to have to go out there and actually figure out, test and see what works. And a lot of times our mind is what's holding us back. And so they said that 90% of what is holding us back is our mindset, which is crazy. And so today's topics was, now we're just going to go to a next topic, and they talked about, so after kind of figuring out what was our issues and why we're not successful, now we kind of go over to the, daily activities that you should be doing when it comes to building your business online. So to actually build a business online, I must do 3 things. Super important. Number 1 is I have to build an audience. And then now you have to engage with your audience. And then once you engage with your audience and you actually build trust, you're actually going to sell to your audience. And a lot of people might be scared of that sell word, but if you're a business owner and you don't have any sales, you're not going to make any money. So sales are super important, and everything else. And the truth is, internet marketing is very simple. All it is being consistent over time that you will get better results. And we have to do 3 things. As I said, we have to build your audience, you have to engage with your audience, and you have to sell to your audience. So that's going to be the 3 main focuses when it comes to actually building a business online. And so, some places that you can actually build your business, build your list. A lot of us heard this term, build your list. So there's multiple different locations where you can actually focus on building a list. So one of them are Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Pinterest, email, WhatsApp, Clubhouse, Telegram, podcast, like all these different locations where you can actually, focus on building your list. But one thing they did tell us is focus on one. Yeah, like we can learn all these different things, but if we're learning all these different things, we're just going to be all over the place. So, choose one. And honestly, like I've been focused on Facebook, but because I'm doing video, I've also been putting all my content on YouTube as well and learning that as well. Just because I'm doing video, I might as well. So the next one is to build our audience. So here is where we start engaging and we start building relationships and start building trust. And for people to do business with us, we're going to have to build that trust. And for people to come to us for what we have to offer, we have to build trust. So some of the places that you guys can help, you could do this. So you could do, Facebook. You can comment on posts, start conversations. Do curiosity posts, respond to comments, send emails, build relationships. Having people trust you, do reels through Instagram lives. But one of the most important things that they did say, the way that you are going to actually engage with people are phone calls, Zoom calls, and one-on-one conversations and interviews. So these are different ways that you can actually engage. And of course, actually being on the phone with somebody is the best because that's how you're going to get your best results. So the next one is sales. And for us to actually make money, we have to have a sale and we have to offer somebody a, whatever it is that we're offering. For this, we have to have a clear direction for the sale. We must be able to track our numbers. Being able to track our numbers is super important. And our focus, right now when it comes to, what we're focusing on this webinar or on this workshop is Facebook. That's the one platform that we can master. And I just thought before we end this Zoom call or this live, I just thought I would explain to you guys the 6 pillars, which is pretty important. So number 1, when it comes to the pillar, is vision and personal development strategy. Your mindset. You always have to be improving and getting better. You always have to be reading from books of people who are successful. So that's the number 1 pillar. Number 2, when it comes to building a business, you have to focus on personal branding, and target marketing strategy. So these are just some questions that we need to ask yourself. Who am I? Who do I want to serve? And how am I going to serve them? So those are just some questions that you can ask when you are focused on building your content when it comes to personal branding. So now, monetization. How am I going to make money off of my content? It's super important because we're in business to make money. Number 4 is content curation and content marketing. So you must have a content marketing strategy, and you provide through content curation. You're actually going to provide solutions of people's problems. That's just something, when you're providing content, think of people or think of problems that your people are having, or your audience. And then number 5 is to follow up and have an engagement strategy. So super important. A lot of times you might hear the monies and the follow-up. And sometimes you might have to follow up with somebody 6 or 7 times before you actually get that sale. So they just said making sure that you actually have a follow-up strategy and an engagement strategy when it comes to building your business online. And then number 6, which is kind of crazy because a lot of times, this is what we're focused on, is traffic strategy. That's the last one, which is, super crazy. He said the reason why is if we're not doing any of these other things right, it doesn't really matter if we get people to our website, but we don't know how to convert them into actually paying customers. Which was kind of mind-blowing, because it's a lot of times we're just trying to get all these different people to our website, having no idea actually how to convert them into paying customers. Which I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. So I just thought I would just hop on here real quick. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that from what I'm currently learning, I would love to share it with you guys. I'm super excited about this 3-day workshop. Today was the first one. Of course, there's still more information that I can go over, but I'm not going to do that right now. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about a little bit about what I learned today. I look forward to kind of sharing with you guys more about tomorrow. And you guys have an amazing day. Thank you. The truth is, nobody really knows who you are. So it's super important that you are building your brand.
Go for it.